Dun, 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 dun. Welcome, good morning. Bienvenue, whatever all the different phrases are. I hope everybody's having a good one. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. I hope you are having a good one. Welcome to Coffee with Wes. I am Wes. This is Rich New Design. I am having some coffee here, 10 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, September 26th. I got all that right, didn't I? Didn't I get that right? Here's your coffee. I can end the show right now if I want to, and I will have delivered. It is a good day. Hey, do I see my friend over there from the Art of Floundering podcast? Uh, uh, you know how to get here, right? You know how to get here. I didn't know if you'd be up. You were up so damn late. If you feel like it, swing on by, my friend. And I saw Rabbit out there. Peace and love, Rabbit. I hope everybody's having a good day. It is another. Oh, it's gonna be rainy. It's gonna be crap. It's gonna be garbage. Oh, now StreamYard's got it showing up. Hey, good morning there to the Art of Floundering. Peace and love. I see Mark's gas station is out there. Peace and love. I hope you are doing well. Wow, it put yours right over top of his. It deleted the other one. I tell you, StreamYard is really, they are top notch these days with the way, and they're getting ready to charge me more money. It's like, are you kidding me? Are you really gonna try to charge me more money after doing all this? Ward Grundy, peace and love. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, fantastic. It looks like Will Dick from the Art of Floundering podcast may come up here and join me this morning. It is going to be rain. We got this hurricane coming towards Florida. I am in the middle of, I'm Ohio Valley area. But that thing's going to make its way up here by Friday night. Tomorrow night, there's supposed to be 65-mile-an-hour winds coming up here. This is not good. I got woods. I got trees all around the house. This, if it gets that bad, it's going to be a rough one. It's going to be a rough one. Art of Floundering podcast. Last night, he had another one of those vertical lives, and I watched most of it because I just sat back and watched. It went great. The people, I love watching his lives because he does those and they put them in the shorts feed. I think he got almost 300 views out of the live. It was really a good productive live, but I love watching those because there's new people that are scrolling through on their shorts feed, blah, 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 blah. And they come across this, and is that a Satan puppet? And then they're listening to what's going on. And the number one thing that I always see in the chat over there at the Art of Floundering podcast is, WTF did I just walk in on? Nobody has any clue what's happening. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition or the Art of Floundering podcast. I can tell you that for sure. Hey, we're doing it. We're doing it, Rabbit. We're doing it. We're Satan Puppet. You haven't been over there to the Art of Floundering podcast? Oh my God. Uh, uh, just his live from last night. Go to his lives. Go to the one from last night. Because he just does these right with his camera and everything, and he brings the puppet. It's Satan. It's Nucky, the Clown College Dropout. It is, I can't remember, I never remember the ballerina's name, the weed pusher, Tommy, and Super Duper Peachy Keen Kid. And wait till you find out about the troubles that have been happening at the North Pole with Santa and how he's just not giving it to Mrs. Claus the way she wants, and she's gonna have to look elsewhere, but she's gonna have to pay, and that's what happens with when you get on the pot. Oh, drunk on power. Oh man, that must be a beautiful thing. Being Spanky, I almost forgot Spanky. Spanky's the best when you hear the wave, when you can hear the wave going. There is a video over there. I don't know, Ward, if you've seen. There's a video, probably in his videos section. Spanky goes to the dispensary. He was at a dispensary, Friendlies or something like that, I think in Oklahoma, and it just kills me because there's people actually talking to Spanky and everything while this is going on. But no, he's been having a lot of luck with those lives, and I really I love his shows. His shows are just so good. I want to be able to bring that. Bud Files, peace and love. Good morning. Good morning out there. Anybody that wants to drop their link, Nightbot might be running. It might be running by now. Hashtag awesome, like it says down here in this crawl, to get your link dropped so other people can get connected to you if you are a content creator and you would wish to connect to other content creators. Blah 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 blah. Uh, oh, I've been feeling so good. I've been feeling so good. Although it's been rough. Yesterday I had all sorts of energy. I felt great. I'd gotten all that sleep and all that. In the last 2 days, I've slept in the mornings. It's been wonderful. Well, last night. Last night I got my 4.5 hours in and woke up at about 10:50, going on 11, something like that. And so I wake up, and my girl is sick. My girl is sick. Allie's not feeling good, and so she wasn't. She was just. Oh, she was in the bed, not feeling good. I'll just say that. And so I'm talking to her. She finally gets tired. She's like, "I'm gonna go to sleep." It's like, okay, okay. She goes to bed, and it's coming up on 4:15, 4:10, something like that. And I think, oh, okay, I'll do what I've done the last couple of days. I will lay down. I will get myself 4.5 hours sleep. I'll feel great by the time the show starts, all that other stuff. So I lay down, and I fall asleep. And in 20 minutes, the text goes off, and it wakes me up because she can't sleep. And so then it's, oh, honey, oh, that's terrible. So I talked to her for a bit and everything, and she finally starts to get tired and all that, and she goes to bed. Well, I'm awake, so it's I'm running off of less sleep today. It's gonna be one of those less sleep. I did get a 2 mile walk in, 7 a.m. I was out there. Oh, I'm feeling good because it's gonna be pouring rain. Oh man, it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm in that area. I'm in that area. All that stuff that's coming up, it's coming all through here. By Friday night, we're supposed to have 65-mile-an-hour winds in my area. It's just gonna be. It's not gonna be good. I mean, it's gonna be much better than it's gonna be for the people down in Florida. It's gonna be much better for the people than for the people down in Florida. This thing's supposed to become a four. Uh, four is insanity. Four is insanity. Whenever you're ready, buddy, just hit the ad. You come on up when you're ready. Hey, everybody, look who's here. It's the master himself. It's
Good
Will Dick
morning,
from the
man.
Art of Floundering. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing
You
good.
been up all night riding the high off of that live?
Dude, I mean, yesterday you've been busy, by the way. I've been busy with my mom all day, so it was just, So how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there. Each day I've been pulling off one of these. This may be the third day in a row that I have done it at the same time. Even
I
uh,
know.
10 o'clock. That's what I'm aiming for. Is the 10 o'clock hour. And it's kind of going good. But no. Ohio Valley make 'em rain. Puts everyone to sleep. Yeah, thanks. Well, that's the thing. I have that. It's that baritone voice, Rabbit. It soothes when people are feeling bad. They just, oh, let me call Wes. Let me call Wes. He'll talk to me a while. I'll feel better, and then he'll be awake, and I'll go to sleep. Oh, it's the way it goes. I stayed up. I stayed up watching your live last night. I was there most all the show. I
Did
was
you
there for
sleep?
most.
Did you sleep last night at all, or were you up all night? Because I know you
I
did like fucking yesterday, and you did a lot yesterday when I got home.
Well, I
But
would have done more yesterday. The day before, I did several. I think I only did the one live yesterday, but I was doing other work, and my internet had problems. I was working with Allie in After Effects doing some animations. She's working on an animation for Shimmer. She was working on one for Shimmer, and yeah, he is a little quiet. Turn up your mic just a little bit.
Is
Uh,
that better?
that's
Me.
that's better.
all
That's
right,
better. Uh, no, but I've been knocking these out and everything, and I got 4.5 hours last night. I got up before 11 last night. I was gonna go to sleep at 4:30 because that's what I've been doing for the last several days. I'll get
Right.
2 4-hour pockets of sleep during the day, one in the evening, and then one in the morning, and I get up and I do this thing. And I was telling everybody I was gonna do that because Allie's sick. So I was
Oh man,
talking
I'm
to her
sorry.
until she finally started to fall asleep and everything, and she said she was tired. It was like 45 minutes to an hour. I let it go. Okay, she's sleeping. Hadn't gotten a text. I lay down at about 10 after 4. 4:33, there's a text. It wakes me up. I did fall asleep, but just enough to then be fully awake when I woke up. So she's and I've been up since. So I got a 20-minute cat nap. Kurt, Kurt
Kurt,
is out there,
Will's out there
and
too. Who else is
and
out
look
there?
at the pole vault. Peace and love.
Ward.
Where's he at?
Ward.
Where's he at? Ward's out there. I think I got a couple of subs from your show.
Well, I mean that's why it's synergy, as they say in the business community, dude.
Well,
I
you
just
were delivering. You were delivering.
no,
I mean
no, it
that.
wasn't. I mean, I'm just rehashing the same old shit. I've got something set up in the garage for when I do these things that's a little bit better. Kind of like I'm working on this little painting in the background, kind of real cheesy, spanky, just real cheesy, but something. But I wish YouTube would feed these lives the same with the shorts so I can do the full screen because I mean it's just a shame. It is what it is.
It's better when you have all the backgrounds. It's
Yeah.
better when you have all that running. But no, yeah, you had the crowd was loving it. I was saying how I love the fact that the most commonly used phrase that I see out there, WTF,
Yeah,
did I
yeah,
walk in
I
on?
fucking love that. I mean, it's like what the
And
hell is this?
you greet them all. You greet them all. And there was one that wasn't sure. Wait a minute, is this guy against pot or is he for pot? I was. There was another asking about. Hey, wait a minute, pot's not a narcotic. It's not a
Yeah,
narcotic.
I caught that.
Narcotics are
Yeah,
are
yeah.
usually. So I'm watching because I know people that just don't get the troll. They don't get the troll at times, and
Oh,
those are the most fun. Those are the most fun.
oh, dude. Have you been watching the news? What's going on with? I mean, at all with the Diddy thing? I mean, it's crazy town, dude.
I try to avoid the news. I
Right.
have I have heard names. I've heard, oh, the poor little Bieber boy. The things he must have done to the Bieber boy. Oh, Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart in his tiny frame and cute buttocks. I'm hearing things about Kevin Hart. I and I've mentioned this the last 2 days on the show. I really believe that in the end, we're all going to find that this was all caused by the trauma he went through by fucking Major League Baseball and what they do to bat boys. Because Sean Puffy
I
Combs
heard
was a
this
bat
yesterday.
boy. They are worse than the Catholic Church. It
Well,
is.
MC Hammer was a bat boy. He was a bat boy. Was Sean Puffy Combs a bat boy too?
Okay, see that, and I wasn't sure which one it was, and I was
Oh,
pretty sure if you on the first day I said I could have this wrong and it could be someone else, but I'm gonna go with the fact that it was Sean. No, it's MC Hammer. You're right. If you know it's okay, that's I knew one of them. I wasn't sure if I
dude.
had it right.
It's like it's these things kill me because I mean, there's conspiracy, so the truth is somewhere in the middle. But it's like, anybody with a picture next to Diddy is like implicated. You know what I mean? It's like here's
Oh
a
yeah.
picture. I mean, it's like fuck, dude. No one's
Oh,
gonna want to take pictures anymore. No more
this
selfies with
guy.
people.
I had mentioned I've hated him ever since I saw him on SNL featuring Jimmy Page, and it's all Zeppelin music, right?
Right.
And he's just throwing some phrases out there, and it's like, oh, I hate this. This is such robbery. And poor Jimmy Page, I think he had some surgery. His face looked like the Joker. It was a little bit off as he's standing there playing along with a symphony and featuring Jimmy Page. I was cussing at my TV when that happened. I was angry at the TV when that. I was really mad, and I haven't liked Diddy since. It's been one of those things.
Well, I do believe Ward's saying. I do believe. Look, I think he. I don't know. I don't want to slander the guy, but I think he had something
Oh,
to do
this
with
is Coffee
Tupac's
with
killing.
Wes. We
Yeah.
slander at will here. Say whatever you feel like say. And hey, I love the way. I don't think we've had a chance to talk. I love the way that you let me say it again as Karen on the and what is it that the nuns do? And you
Yeah.
had me say, they beat the children and make them eat the box, right? Isn't that what they do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh, dude, are you? I mean, I know it's unpredictable, but are you feeling some filth tonight? It's Thursday.
I I am feeling like doing filth. That
It's
was
up to you.
so much fun the other day.
It was
We did
great, dude.
37 minutes, got almost
Yeah.
100 views or something like that. It was like, hey, this was nice. I I would like to say that it got me a bunch of subs, but if it did, they were removed after I made my statements about Elon Musk the other day. And I put the short out that I
I
did.
was
We need
listening.
pricks like Elon Musk, and I lost a couple of subs off of that,
Well,
which
I
is
was
just sad.
lurking. Your stuff. Well, it's kind of like when I did. Everybody, everybody's in these cults, dude. I mean, it's like, you can't make fun of who they're fanboying. You just can't. It's like whatever happened to just
Exactly.
to me, everybody's game. I mean, Elon Musk. We've said it. I think he's brilliant. I like what he's doing with Spine. I mean, but he does some stuff that we should be able to make fun of, dude. I mean, because he's fucking crazy. You're shit. He's running
He
Twitter into the
he is
ground.
crazy as shit, and when the oligarchy is really being just upfront about now, I am really trying to get into public discourse here.
Yeah.
It bothers me. It bothers me. Remain in the shadows. I want my oligarchy to remain in the shadows.
Yeah.
Put the two party system in front of us. Do all that. Don't go buying a fucking platform and then do all this. There was no need for that. Get the rockets going. Get into space. Do that stuff. I'll be like, all right, Elon's doing it, because it really is all this horse shit that he's doing. That oh yes, yes,
Pole
Stony
vault gets
Knievel.
triggered. Hey gang, it's Stony. Stony lost his helmet by the I don't know, dude. It's like it's just these are really interesting times. But I thought what you said about Elon, I don't think it was insult. I thought it was good, intelligent discourse, man. I mean, it
Even
was
what I
funny.
posted was not other than referring to him as prick. Do we need pricks like Elon?
Okay.
Parasitic prick. I
Yeah.
called him
All
a
right. Yeah.
parasitic
Yeah. You
prick.
did. Yeah. That might have. You know.
But it was, and if you watch the actual show, I stopped and okay, this is going to be the short, and I staged it. So I said the phrase I wanted and everything into the camera, and that kind of worked out. But no, some people. I mean, the one person that I know of that left that announced they were leaving, they're drunk. They're the obnoxious drunk that comes up on the panel at I Love Weed Live. The reason they got
Oh.
one of the reasons they have the rip and dip and not just the open panel now, because they don't want to have to kick people off, that are obnoxious like that. But they have a couple of those, and this was one of them. So I didn't feel too bad about it or anything.
No. Oh, dude, it's just.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just it's fun though. I am enjoying doing these coffee with Wes.
Yeah, they're
These
great. I listened to it, because I had to take my mom. What's it? Transdermal echocardiogram, right? I had to take her. It was like fucking dark 30 in the morning, dude. Because I was going like, I got time. But you didn't start till right when we got there, but I listened to it. I couldn't. I didn't want to like start chatting. I was lurking. It was great. I love the coffee with Wes's, man.
if
Yeah,
I
I'm a
get some
big fan
sleep,
of the morning show. I'm a big fan of it.
I was glad to see you out there in the chat. I thought because I didn't know with your schedule and everything else, and at 10 o'clock I thought, well, there's a chance. There's a chance he might be up
Oh
if he's
yeah.
getting up early and all that. I didn't expect it today, since you were,
Oh
I
no,
mean, middle of the
no,
friggin' night
no.
doing
This
the
is one
doing
of
the
those.
live and everything.
No, I mean I'm I will say something non-comedy. If it works, if I can do it it's kind of self-serving, but there'll be weed involved. But they got the Manitou Incline here, and I'm going to Christmas Day is my 2 years anniversary, so I'm gonna try to live stream it, but I'm gonna walk it. It's like they say it's the equivalent of walking to the top of the Empire State Building like 4 times. There's some graphics to, but it's just walking up a hill. I think I'm training for it, so we'll see what happens.
I
Smoke
saw
weed
your
at the top.
post.
Yeah,
I saw your post that you were doing that on Christmas Day and everything. It was like, oh, that's cool as shit.
yeah, it'd be a
That's
fun
cool
way to
as
spend
shit.
Christmas. And on another note, on this, okay, I'm trying to rejoin the world, and I've come to the conclusion, and this is for anybody out there that's older than God's dog. I can't be an engineer anymore. I can't do it. Right? I can't. I can only do entry level, and so I turned down something with the University of Wyoming, and I'm hoping this is there's a gig with Goodwill doing laundry, and a couple hours a day doing laundry, working on my Spanish, because they want you to be bilingual, and my Spanish really sucks. But if I'm around it, fuck, dude. So be laundry at Goodwill, dude. That's what I hope.
Bien,
Yeah,
bien. That sounds awesome. That
I hope so.
I
You
There's a
know,
pizza place across the street that the minute I see that they're hiring, because they just reopened it, I
yeah,
know they have a
dude.
staff, but if I see they're hiring, I'm just walking over. Hey,
Oh,
give me some hours here. I just feel like doing this.
I mean, I almost had my dream job. Like, I number one is I went to work too early when I tried going back to work. But when I was, talking to Walmart as like basically a greeter, but they had to do a drug test. I'm like, what does that tell you? Minimum wage, you got to take a drug test. And I think I had some DC lobbyist position that paid a lot more than minimum wage. It was like, fuck it, we don't care if you snort coke. Just
Professional careers as a computer programmer, you're never doing drug tests, especially a programmer. The funniest thing was an interview with somebody at the FBI talking about getting the best and the brightest programmers in for hackers, and they had to do away with the urinalysis for the government job. It's
yeah,
like we
yeah.
have to get a waiver because these guys are smoking on the way to the interview, is what he said. And it's like, yeah, that's what you do. You smoke on the way to the interview. I want to be sharp when I get there. Let me be loose.
I haven't gone to an interview not high since my accident. I mean, that's the other thing. As far as like, I've talked about this before, and I've said this in interviews. What's on my resume doesn't exist anymore. I mean, that's just a bunch of fucking bullshit that I can't do. That was like 8 years ago, because I've gone to every interview high, every single one, and I get
I don't
pissed.
see a reason not to.
No, and but that's Lord was talking. What was he? Yeah, I'm just like at my age, and I just want to do something that I feel good about, that I know is helpful, that I can. At the end of the day, I know I wasn't. After the military and all this shit, you're just not responsible for just doing bad stuff. You're doing good. You know, like carpet bombing North Korea with pot.
There you go. There you go. Hey, and I want to talk a little bit about our comedy. Pole
Yeah,
vault. Pole vault.
pole vault,
Hey,
dude.
pole vault. Hey, if they've got any, junior level, a support guy openings or anything there, send me an email. Hook me up with a job. I need
If
one.
if my mom could stand the heat, I would move to Texas, to Dallas in a fucking heartbeat, man. In a fucking heartbeat. But I just can't stand the heat. Is just too much, man. It's just too much.
I've had it with the heat.
Yeah,
I can
it's
handle the cold. I can handle snow. I can go outside in shorts in the snow. Most of the time, my body is accustomed to it, and I can handle it for a decent amount of time. I hate the heat. Oh my God, I hate the heat. I can't stand the heat. What I want to talk about is you brought up North Korea,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
I
yeah.
really I loved the whole horse thing. The two
Kim Jong
areas
Un.
that really made me feel good about my part of the comedy performance, where the I'm gonna have that horse eat sugar cubes out of my ass,
Yeah.
and I kept going back to it. I kept going back to it. That and the that and the nuns. Now you nuns, you're the ones that beat the children and
The
make them eat the
fucking.
box, right?
Oh God.
And I thought you were gonna lose it. I thought you were gonna
Dude, I was
lose it when I
dying. I was dying. Yeah, the
when I
nuns.
when I did that. I knew I'd gone too far, and I knew it
No,
was okay. I knew
no,
it
you
was
didn't go too
okay. It was like,
far.
fuck it, I'm doing this. Let's just keep going with this. It was, it was a good time. I thought it was
Yeah.
a good time. I've thought about
Michigan.
Michigan.
I would
I
like
have thought
Michigan,
about
Ohio. Michigan and Ohio are two states because they're. I think Michigan's kind about the hemp plant. I know Ohio is. You know.
see. Personally, I would love to go to northern Michigan to some land up there. Just the problem is internet access. I
Yeah.
mean, I find different places, but you've got to have internet access. You can't and high speed. You can't live off a. It's got to be decent to be able to handle that, and I worry about that when it comes to it. But I've already got my. I'm committed to Buffalo. I'm committed to Buffalo.
Oh,
That's
Buffalo's going to be kick ass,
and
dude.
well,
Yeah.
it's going to be a city. It's going to be a
Yeah.
city. I have spent. I moved away from Florida because of the busyness. Because it was a lot of stupid people too.
Yeah. Florida's a little
But
bit. Yeah.
I went through while the Gulf Coast down there around Naples went through an insane growth, raising the property taxes on all the farmers so they could just create all these different gated communities down there, and didn't no impact fees were collected, so the roads aren't getting updated. Nothing's happening, and it became unbearable. It became unbearable, and so when my grandpa died, I moved to the country. So I've been here. I think I've been here like Jesus, 17 or 18 years now. I've been in the middle of freaking nowhere, and I'm gonna be moving to a city. I'm gonna be moving to walking sidewalks to a store kind of city there. Uh, it's gonna be a new adventure. I'm feeling good about the new adventure of it, but
But
it'll be
Buffalo's
different.
kind of like. I mean, yes, it's a city, but it's it's like a small town, big city. You know what I mean, dude. I mean,
Whenever I look at it, it reminds me of Rockford, Illinois, where I
yeah,
came from back when
yeah,
Rockford, Illinois wasn't a shithole.
right. No,
The
I know exactly what you're
manufacturing
talking about.
all left Rockford. Sunstrand shut down. Barbara Coleman, all the plants, everything. Because there was great engineering, a lot of manufacturing. It was the screw capital of the world, and the box, cardboard boxes, everything cardboard was there. But it's crap now. But you had the sidewalks, you had it had the city there and everything. And I'm looking forward to it. It should be good.
You'll
It's I'm
I'm
looking
looking forward
forward
to
to culture. I'm
I'm
looking
looking
forward
forward
to
to you
culture.
guys coming here for a visit since I can't move for a while. But to Kurt's point, Detroit is another place. Now, Detroit gets this bad rap, but every time when I was working, and traveling, anytime I was in Michigan, it was a blast. I love Detroit, and I think Detroit is one of those places where you could still get in with good real estate. I don't know. It'd be a place to open up a studio. Great music there. Great. I mean, a lot of hold offs from Ford pumping all that money in there. It's great,
I've
man.
been all over the place, but I've only been to Detroit once. I used to have to travel, so
Right.
I was all over. But I've only been to Detroit once, and it wasn't on business. It was I have a daughter that I didn't find out about until she was 9.
Hmm.
That was in Warren, right outside of Detroit there, and everything. I think there's actually some people in I Love Weed Live that are right there in Warren Township, the same area and everything along those lines. But no, and it was nice. It was nice, and it had that the okay, just a couple blocks to the stores and
Yep.
everything
Yeah.
else, and I kind of like that. Although I kind of like it'll depend on neighbors. It'll depend on neighbors. Everywhere I lived in Florida, it depended on the neighbors.
Right.
What are the neighbors like? And you've got a in Florida, everybody's just there temporary. Everybody in these neighborhoods are renting, right? So everybody's coming and going. You get some characters, and so I grew tired of neighbors while living in Florida. I'm hoping that Buffalo is not going to have that same. I'm hoping to find some place with some decent neighbors, and because everybody is established there, everybody has a life there, and didn't
Right.
just move down from frickin' Indiana or Illinois or wherever. It's just we're getting out of the snow, baby, and they're gonna fight in the backyard as they're all drunk and everything else.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
those were
just,
the
I'm
those were the
shocked
days.
that people haven't, because I think upstate New York is one of the, it's to me, it's a secret because you could just live like a king. It's what's Kurt saying? Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
don't move to anybody out there. Don't move to Colorado. Whatever you do, man, this place is a gigantic grift. It's not the same.
that
It is not
that
the
is
same.
what I hear, and the nicest thing about it is that's where Allie is. So
Yeah, she's
you
there.
know
The
you
people are cool. They've got, I mean, even if you're not a football fan, it's just
I
they're
have to
cool
become one.
fans. Yeah, they're cool.
I have
They're not
not
asshole
followed
fans.
football. I have not followed football. I might as well start now. I might as well make that a part of what I do here at Coffee with Wes, because I will now have to become a fan of Buffalo. That is what I've been told. So that she tries to keep up, so that she has the conversation skills with the people she runs across, because everybody talks about it. I followed football in the 80s. I followed football up
Yeah,
until Walter Payton retired. Walter Payton retired. It was like, all right, I don't need to watch any more football. And I was okay with that. So I guess I have to start following Buffalo and, get on board with it. Do they have a good team? I have not looked at all. I have no
yeah. The
idea on
Bills have a
who
good
is.
team this year.
All right. Well, I look forward to the season. Has it started?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's because I didn't start getting back into football till like last year. Because once my accident happened, I couldn't even watch it. It just pissed me off watching people do shit. But um, Buffalo. When I was a kid, I'm 59. O.J. Simpson. I was a Bills fan because O.J. Simpson was my fucking hero, dude. I mean, I remember Dynamite magazine. You get those from the weekly readers or from school, the
Yep.
Scholastic
Yeah.
readers. The O.J. Simpson. I was a huge fan of his, man. Huge fan. I wonder what they feel about O.J. in Buffalo. That's got to be conflicting. You know what I mean? Because he's a murderer, or was.
Well,
He's
he's the
dead.
juice, though. He's the
Yeah,
juice.
yeah.
That
He
that,
sure
that was
plays
the.
some football.
I liked him in Naked Gun. I liked that he had made the move. I
Norbert.
I would watch Howard Cosell. I would watch them. As they're doing Monday Night Football. I did watch football. I was during the Roger Staubach days. I was
Oh
a
yeah.
Cowboys fan. A Cowboys fan, when they're going for the, it's always them and the Steelers and
Yep.
Bradshaw and Staubach. And it was after that, and after I moved to when I was 11, then there were kids my age right there, and everybody was Bears fans, and so I realized, okay, let me start following the Bears, because I think Staubach retired. I think
Yeah.
it was like that season or whatever, he retired, and I don't know what it is, but the player that I actually, it's like, oh, I'm watching, I like this player. Uh, they retire. I stopped watching. I didn't realize until just now that, yeah, it was because Staubach retired too. I stopped watching the Cowboys and started watching the Bears. Peyton retired. I stopped watching football altogether. When Jordan retired, I stopped watching basketball. I
Yeah.
have not watched, because he was, the Chicago Bulls. So I've got to be a I gotta be a Pats fan. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. The team's gonna go all the way this year. Have there been Have there been any rule changes that I should know about?
The
So that
kickoffs,
I
when you watch the kickoff, it's different. This year's a new kickoff rule. You know, I think they're trying to keep people. I mean, from running at full speed, and you got to see it. It's really weird to explain, but it's a new kickoff, so there's no full speed tackles anymore. You know, Brett Favre, I think yesterday mentioned he's got Parkinson's. I think he's my age from all the
oh
hits in
jeez.
football, dude. I mean, these guys, man. I mean,
You're
you know.
taking those kind of blows. You got concussions going on like mad. And so here's the thing. We know it happens. We
Yeah.
know it's happening. These guys are out there playing knowing it's happening. They're knowing that they're just cheesing their fucking brain doing this thing, and they're still going. They've known for several years. It's not like this is a brand new thing. Guys have been shooting their families because the brain has turned to cheese. There's been all sorts of different. I think it's admirable that they haven't stopped the practice, seeing as how it's completely optional to exist anyway. There's no need for it or anything along those lines. They did not let any of that get in the way. They have moved forward with it and trying to find a way to make it seem like hey, we're taking care of it. Don't worry about it.
You know, dude,
I
it's
don't know.
Ward has a comment. His buddy has minor CTE just from high school and college. Look, man, there are people that are getting it from just deploying in the military. I mean, they got a big CTE outfit in the military now. It's just, it's going to be interesting because I think a lot of people that may not have full on Parkinson's, ex NFL players, I mean, they're going to have something. I mean, I watched the way this new quarterback for the Bears, Caleb Williams, got fucking just they were going to unalive this guy. This was 2 weeks ago. I mean, the line just sucked, dude. It was comical. I mean, he was getting killed, and I'm like, he is not going to last. He's going to feel every one of these hits when he's 40. I mean, he was, and you're just watching the hits these guys take. I mean, they got to come
No
up with.
offensive line
Oh, dude,
bothering to stop
it was
anything.
unfucking believable, man. It was almost like they hated him or something. I mean, I think he got sacked like 9 or 10 times. It was unbelievable.
So he's just pissed off his linemen. He's pissed off his linemen, and they're just letting him come through. Is that what it is at this
That's
point?
what that's what it looked like. But they said one of the linemen doesn't show up to practice. He just plays games, and they thought, well, maybe that might be a problem. Maybe he needs to practice. They got problems.
Oh my god! Well, you know who doesn't have those problems? The Buffalo. Buffalo kicks ass. I'm gonna get some graphics for
Yeah.
Buffalo. I'm gonna make it. I'm
The,
gonna
the Bills. The Bills.
the Bills. There we go. There we go.
Shrooms will help out. Shrooms will help out with anything. I'm trying to talk my shrink in it.
I could use some shrooms. Shrooms are. I did enjoy doing the microdosing. I took a little bit larger, but I mean, if I just laid down, I laid down and allowed, because when I'd have my eyes closed, the visuals were there, and there'd be audio as well, and so I wasn't hallucinating. Everything was very vivid and all that, and I think I had like zero point 0.4 grams, just zero point 0.4 grams, grounded up, put it into a little bit of lemon juice, and then ran that lemon juice after like 20 minutes. Ran that lemon juice through a strainer into a bottle of Gatorade. Drank down the Gatorade, and it was a wonderful thing. I went on this whole journey, just lying there with my eyes closed, awake, loving it, aware of all these new worlds that I was coming through and all these different
Right.
places, and just amazed that because I'm aware that these images are being created. These are things I have not seen. And that's what's neat. The images that are being created in front of me, that are melding perfectly to the next one, and these worlds that I'm going through, really elaborate. And fear, other things during it, but I knew it was supposed to be fear, and so I was observing. Oh, this is supposed to be a scary part. Oh, this is where fear is. This is so I wasn't feeling the fear, but I knew the fear was there. uh, while it's going through some tunnel thing on a tram, and just wild, wild times. I love that, but I can't function. I couldn't go to an interview taking shrooms. I can smoke weed, and take the shrooms all day long.
Oh, dude, Kurt's talking about, yeah, his last comment, if you could put it up. Kurt, I agree, dude.
Hmm.
I mean, I joke around a lot, but opiates long term, everybody's different. For me, I can't take them, and that fucking gabapentin, dude. That's for me. I have fallen asleep standing up on that shit. That gabapentin. I mean, I can't control my sleep, and I don't care. It's just fucking. But the opiates are, they work like, in the hospital for a week or so. But if you're long term, man, it just depends. For me, it's not a deal.
I have stomach issues if I take
Yeah.
anything along those lines, and it keeps me from whenever I've had dental, whenever I've had different things and things have been prescribed. I'll do the ibuprofen. That's it. I'll do the 1,000 milligrams of ibuprofen. But I can't handle, my stomach can't handle the other, and I also have I knew of their addictive nature before I'd ever had a prescription for it.
Hmm.
And I know me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
friggin' know me, and it's like, no, if I don't need to, don't have it. I don't need to do this because I can develop a problem, and I don't want to develop a problem. It's what kept me from doing coke. Uh, Early on in life, in my early 20s, I'm in Atlanta. Oh my God! I mean, I did coke. I did
Hmm.
coke on a number of occasions. But when it came to buying any and getting myself any,
Yeah.
it was always. And then I realized I need to go years between getting myself just a gram, and I haven't had any in like 20 years. Mo, peace and love, peace and love. Good
Peace and love,
morning. Hope
Mo.
you are wake and baking there. But no, there was a. I worked at Marietta Dodge. It was the largest Dodge dealership at the time in the southeast. Or yes, and it's like 30 salesmen working at all times. Everybody's doing coke. They have a brand new business manager that comes in. There's like sales managers, and then there's finance manager. He was one of the finance managers. He'd been brought in from another dealership. He'd been given a Dodge Dakota as a demo,
Okay.
and he kept a brick of coke. Turns out he was moving a lot of coke. He had a brick of coke in the air filter, the air cleaner compartment of this Dakota. He says, "We're going out." And I'm like, okay, because I'm broke. I'm just getting high anyway, and we end up going to Cheetah 3, one of those. I think it's actually named maybe in the Motley Crue song, "Girls, Girls, Girls." It's
Oh
one of those
God. Okay.
high end. It's
Adult establishment, nightclub kind
we
of
had
vibe.
gone to Dion's,
Okay.
Dion Sanders Club before this, and we go to Cheetah 3. We're doing bullets of coke in the bathroom. We've got girls dancing at our table and everything the whole time. It's me, this guy, and then this really really nerdy guy. This I couldn't understand how I was in this trio, but it's this guy who's just he's imploding, and he's got all this coke. So he's getting these dancers to do all sorts of things with us there at the club. It's a fun time. It was a surreal event. It all ended with this guy disappearing from town, and he ended up getting picked up over in Alabama as he was trying to trade in the demo that he'd basically stolen from the lot. He was trying to trade that in at another car dealership. Uh, I didn't see the guy, but it was a hell of a night. Cheetah 3, it was a hell of a night. But I realized then, oh my God, I love this drug. This is terrible. But I had a friend who was 3 years older than me that lost everything because he got onto coke, and so it was kind of a, oh, I really need to. I Number one, I'm not buying any, and I didn't buy any till years later when I got some as a kind of a celebration for something I had done a job or something along those lines, just a gram, and then I didn't buy any for 4 years, and then I
Wow.
got just a gram, and I didn't buy any for 3 years. But no, I had friends that dealt it and everything else, and I had a birthday. There were three of us that had a birthday about the same time. And it was a rainy day in Georgia, and we all were doing coke, snowballing. There were like 15 people down in the bay, the downstairs basement of this oil change place where a couple of us worked, and several of the others worked at this car wash. And we're just all getting really fucked up before we go out places. Where are we gonna go? We went to a go kart place. It's
Okay.
misting rain. We're the only people in the middle of the day at this go kart place, and we won't get off the track. We won't get off the track. There's like eight of us that are in go karts, and the guys. It's starting to rain a bit more, and the guys trying to wave us all in because we've been out there, and we're just all coked up, and we just kept going. It was went to a couple bars, got thrown out for smoking weed in the bars. It was another one of those times for a nighttime show. For a nighttime show.
And I'm glad, yeah, Kurt, I'm with you. I mean, I'm glad. It never did much for me. And when I was younger, I didn't want to get amped up. I wanted to get kind of down. So it was just never, getting kind of charged up was never something I was looking to do. You know what I mean?
I was. I think I was very self-destructive, and it was kind of an amp. I I'm out with that guy one night doing during that period of time doing a bunch of coke
Mm.
with that car salesman. I get home and my roommate gets a call from his girlfriend at it's like 1 in the morning, and she said that her roommate had raped her, and I'm all amped up. It's like I ride with him to go get her at the Circle K or whatever where she was calling from, and the apartments were right there. And I was like, "Well, is he there? Well, let's go," because I'm all coked up. We get in that building. I'm making my way to where the apartment is, and I beat on that door. My friend who was with me, I beat on that door, and I look, and by the time, and he wasn't coked up, so I understand. Uh, he's at the end of the hall. He's the fuck away from whatever's about to happen as I'm beating on this guy's door. It lights are off. This guy opens the door, and he's standing there. And I'd heard, oh, he says he's a Navy SEAL and all this other stuff. And it's like,
Yeah.
everybody does. Everybody
Right.
does, honey. And I said, are you such and such? And yeah, I said, you know what you did? You're going to the cops. Let me get my jacket. He goes to get lean back like he's going into this dark apartment to get his jacket. And I said, the fuck you are. And I grabbed this guy and I pull him out in the hall. Guy across the hall opens his door real quick, just with the chain on. I've called the police. I've called the police. He's all. I said, thank you, sir. This man raped somebody. I slam him and I put him on the ground. The police are on their way. You better not leave. And thank you. I appreciate it. He just keeps yelling at me. Cops show up. I'm coked up. I am really fucking coked up. I mean, I've been not only drinking all fucking night. I have really done probably the most coke I've ever done. Pinzer, peace
Pinzer.
and love.
Let me know
And
when you start doing an episode. I'll go on. I'll talk to Pinzer in a second.
uh, 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 so I've got this guy down there. The cops show up, and they come in the hall, and I the guy, he finally opens his door and comes out, and he's screaming at these cops about me because I told him to get the fuck back in his place.
Mm.
I'm holding this guy, not letting him off the ground, and the cops are there, and they end up telling this guy, get back in your fucking apartment, don't come out. They arrest this guy. I said, now I did drag this guy out of his place. I'm one of those guys that this is what I did.
Right.
I just say whatever it was that I did, and because I'm not going to try to make a excuse for it. And I said, am I liable for anything? Am I in any trouble? If he did what you guys said, you could have killed him, and we wouldn't have cared. And I thought, oh, I could have killed him. I could have experienced that because I was really coked up, but
Right.
I felt pretty good. I felt pretty good about the experience, And I have to say that was fueled by coke. I think a more rational, not amped up me
Oh yeah,
might have let the authorities handle it. Might have
yeah,
just, hey,
yeah.
let's call it, let's do that course of action. I don't need to pull a guy out of his apartment or anything like that. But that was a younger,
Yeah, dude.
crazier me. Yeah,
Those are like that's like past life stuff, isn't it? It's kind, it's kind of like, well, what do you
it's
talk about? I was in my 20s, man. Yeah, you can't hold me accountable for any of that
it's
shit.
it's movie scripts. Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
I've got so many crazy scene movie scripts that you wouldn't believe. You wouldn't believe what happened, but it actually is based on this. We were gonna say something to Pinzer about what she's doing
Oh
with
yeah,
her
she's got her
lives coming
stream.
up.
Yeah, when is she? When are you? Gonna like start rocking with it? Because I was like I'm jacked for that, man. Late night stream.
I mentioned that yesterday to her that whatever she's going to be doing, that we're all
Yeah,
excited
man.
about it, and
Hell yeah.
anything we can do, if you need any assistance with anything, just let us know. Be glad to help. Be glad
Hell
to
yeah.
help. Dun, 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 dun. How warm is it
Man.
there in AZ?
Oh
Is it warm as
Jesus.
shit? Jesus, Mo comes out. I see Mo every day smoking over there on Lead Live. He comes up during the rip and dips, and when
Yeah.
Blind Neil has his and all that. And it's not just that it's a fucking 114 degrees. Mo is sporting a fucking Santa. Mo is sporting the beard there, and it's looking good. But it's like, oh Jesus, I'm getting even more hot looking at the fact that he's just
Yep.
got this
Yep.
freaking beard like that. It's like, how is he living through that heat? I just I'm gonna I would live in an igloo, just because I know I can light a fire and heat up. I can't cool off 118. Yeah, air conditioners fail at a certain, they
Yeah.
there's problems with those things. But no, those are a lot of I got a lot of those stories, those early stories, and with crazy women, that I have decided to have relationships with. I've
Yeah.
got a lot of I've got a lot of material for Frank. Frank did Rhonda. If I can ever come up with a new Frank, that's the thing. I need a new Frank. I loved doing Frank. I really want to do a puppet. I want to do Frank because I
Go
knew the character. It's
type in
like
therapy puppets. They've got some pretty, ones that are hard to duplicate. That's who Spanky's from. Therapy puppets. Spanky's like an emotional support puppet.
I I've thought about making. See, he had, because I already kind of established him. I'd like to make him out of an Elmo. I'd like to
That's
have.
yeah.
It just pisses me off. The Elmo I ordered is too fucking small.
I know.
It's one of those, it looks like a blockhead because my hand
Yep.
is just filling all the neck and everything
Yep.
else, and it's just no good. What has she said out here? Appreciate it. Keep it in mind.
Yeah.
Hey, I understand that. This is only
Yeah.
like the third or fourth day in a row that I've been. Now, I have done the coffee with Wes, I think 5 days, maybe. Have I done this 5 days in a row? Maybe even 6 days. I've been able to pull off a coffee with Wes each day. But I'd like to land on this. I'd like to land on this 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. My time. It kind of works. That's the thing. Those are the best comedy. Peace and love out there to the J
Jay
Jordan.
Jordan.
Peace and love. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Hope you are having a good one. Uh, it's it's another beautiful day. A beautiful day for coffee. A beautiful day. I have been working on. Viva Las Vegas. I think I'm gonna
Oh.
on. I think on Saturday with the bass, I'm gonna be, and the neat thing is what I do on the bass for the strum, doon 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 doon, doon that I do for Can't Help Falling in Love is just a slowed down version of the exact same pattern that I need to do
Yep.
for Viva Las Vegas. I haven't listened to the two, and I only looked up the one to see just what the chords were, and I'm just going with the I just grab the bass note and I just throw an octave, right? I'm just that's all I'm doing is I'm just
Mm-hmm.
working the octaves. I rarely will try to do chords. I'll a lot of times just work octaves back and forth, and so I did it, and I don't know that ZZ Top doesn't do it two steps up, because it's G E C when
Mm-hmm.
I'm Elvis is doing it that way, and so. But I was naturally singing it in the A F sharp D, and I'm thinking, did ZZ Top do it that way? Because that's always the version in my head I'm singing along with is ZZ Top. Uh, but I'm gonna do it in the Elvis. I'm gonna do it in the lower key. I think I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna
That'd be
make an
cool.
effort at it and have some fun with it. It's for Gemma. I want to do it for Gemma. Gemma's journey. The poet that comes in here. She's awesome and she's a big Elvis fan. She's the one that has the friend of hers, Andy, who is an Elvis tribute artist. He does
Oh God,
tribute shows. He's an Elvis impersonator, and
we got to get
I
him
got
on.
to ask several questions when she interviewed him and everything. So, yeah, Pinzer knows Gemma. Pinzer knows Gemma. Gemma's awesome, and so I wanted to learn another Elvis, for her and everything to throw that into the mix. I do the weird ass version of Suspicious Minds with four chords that I just picked out of my ass
Mm-hmm.
over on the sixth string, and I'm gonna do Bright Light City, gonna set
Oh, I
my
love that
soul.
song.
I'm gonna throw that thing out and see how the hell that goes. Well, the bad thing is I'm doing it close to the Elvis style as opposed to changing it and making my own. But it's so upbeat and so awesome. It's like I want that. I'm just gonna do what it is. It has such a feel to it
Yeah, it's a
anyway.
party song. It
It's
really is.
I love the ZZ Top cover. I love the ZZ Top cover. I will listen to that over and over because it is so good.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, Shimmer.
uh, one of the things that Allie is working on, and I'm going to show a beta. I'll show a beta version of it for the upper corner. Speaking of the king taking care of business,
With
it's
a flash. That's right.
with
Taking
the
care of business
we're,
with a flash.
I'm gonna
I
she
love that, dude.
I've got a bigger version. I've got a bigger version. She's got another version that I don't think is on here. Here's the large scale of that thing. But it's a fun one. It's a fun one. It's for Shimmer. It's for Shimmer's channel. I'm not sure. We're still gonna add Lightning using the
Yeah.
Video Copilot's saber tool along the shapes
Yeah.
path. Have the saber tool assigned to that, so it'll send
Yeah.
electricity around the outline of that lightning. So that'll be on there.
That'd be
And
cool.
there's another one that's just the thing itself 3D. I'm not sure yet what Shimmer said when she contacted her about it or anything. But no, that was kind of a fun little project. Working since she's doing so many animations over in Fresco, I wanted to get her working in a 3D environment over in After Effects with animations so that she can see how that goes because
That was cool.
she
That's cool.
has places to pull, and so it was how do you put everything together and then how do you work with a null object to actually move all your objects around tied together and all this other stuff. So it was kind of that's what we've done over the last couple of days is a bit of After Effects training.
And this is why I was thinking. I'm kind of switch gears with you though, but this is why I really want to. And I'm serious about doing laundry at Goodwill. Why? Because I think what you're talking about. As I'm going to keep my mouth shut, but I guarantee you, what you just described is a job fucking service, man. Everybody that gets hurt, they go like, well, the only thing you can do for a living is stuff envelopes or whatever. It's like, fuck you. My brain is still working, and it's like just because you get hurt doesn't mean all of a sudden now you got to do fucking I mean, I don't know, dude, because there's like, you do. I've told people just work with me for 6 months doing legitimate puppet shows with all the effects and animations. You'll come out at the end of 6 months with some job skills, and you can get a job out there. It could be programming, it could be, because all you don't know.
There's so much involved with all this, and
Yeah,
there's so many different. That's why I'm enjoying doing this because everything that I'm working with her on when I is a refresher for me
well, and
because I had
she's like a
five
real
years.
artist,
She
and
is.
so
So
it's like it's
yeah.
that much even better because it's not like the shit I cobble together, but it's like real talent. It's
I
good.
have no, I, I have no artistic skill. I have zero. I love this ghost that she made.
Yeah.
This one is another she made with Fresco.
Here comes
The
the
ghost.
ghost coming for Falcro because he's doing the.
I knew it was gonna be Velcro. I fucking knew it. I
Coming to
knew
get
Velcro
you,
was the
coming to
target.
get-
Oh my god! And then there's the candy corn that converts into the ghost.
I love
and back
that.
to the candy corn. She's been doing some real experimental stuff with the what she's got
I
going
love
on
that
over there
too.
with Fresco. She's working on all that stuff. Really, that's what I like. She impresses the hell out of me. Just every time we do stuff, it's like, oh, you are so driven and you're so capable of all this. Yes, I'm speaking highly of Allie. That's what I do. That's why that's why I am the Buffalo fan that I am today.
That's right. Go Bills.
Go Bills! And it's also the movie Buffalo '66. The realism of the grittiness, the weather. It seems like the sun never shines. I don't know. I kind of from that movie. That's kind of my expectations. They're all gonna be just the grittiness of back then, and Christina Ricci. So that's really where my mind's gonna be with
Yeah.
everything about Buffalo '66. Yes. Now, the first time I heard of Buffalo '66 was actually in the song Wet Leg. Wet Leg's song. Was it Wet Leg? Is that the name of it? Wet Dreams. Wet Dreams. I was in your wet dreams driving in my car. So Buffalo '66 on DVD. They referenced that, and I thought, I wonder what that is. And then I looked it up one day and I watched it on Tubi, and it was like, oh, this is a pretty good movie. I like this movie. This is kind of a little bit weird. And didn't it have Jan Michael Vincent?
I think so.
Wasn't the bowling alley guy
Let me look.
Jan Michael Vincent? I think the bowling alley attendant that I kept your locker for you. His locker was there. His jacket was there. Everything was still there. He was the cool bowling alley guy.
Yeah.
I loved how that was, and I was pretty sure it was Jan Michael Vincent. And I thought, oh, Airwolf. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing, Airwolf? You're looking rough too.
Oh yeah.
So it had some sadness. It had some sadness. Did this drop it for you? Here is Pinzer's link. Nightbot dropped Pinzer's link. Here is Pinzer typing in the hashtag awesome to get it to drop the link. If you are not already connected to Pinzer, get connected, hit subscribe, turn on the notification bells. She's going to be doing some random lives. She's just a cool chick. She's just a cool chick. Shimmer, peace and love, and good morning. We were
Good
just
morning,
talking about
Shimmer.
you.
Yeah, we were.
I know Allie is sick right now, but I didn't know if you had what your we're adding the. I'm showing her how to add the electricity to the outside of that outside of the spark on those. Didn't know if you liked those things that she had put together with the rotating and the TCB or anything along those lines.
Now, I heard you talking about the crazy people that still think Elvis is alive. I was one of those people in 1988 I believe for about a year he was still alive, and I all the evidence, the misspelling of his, I can go on and on and on, but yeah, I kind of bought into that for a couple months.
88, it was plausible. As
Yeah.
the years went on,
No,
it
it
seemed
just
less and
yeah,
less plausible.
yeah.
It was just less and less plausible. The square one. Let me throw. Are you talking about this one? Cool, cool. Elvis isn't alive, but Bigfoot is. Elvis is still alive. He pumps gas in Ohio. There's actually a local publication that said he's living out in one of the little burgs out here and everything, and they took a picture of some guy who, had the sideburns and everything else along those lines. No, he was the man. He was the trend setter. He was like, "Hey, do a lot of pills and die young. This is the thing to do. Just I'm gonna wear jumpsuits. I'm gonna start doing karate and all this other stuff. I do whatever. Everybody will tell me I'm great. That's the thing. Get yourself a lot of yes men. If you really want to,
That
make
yep.
it in life, you
You
need
want to
yes men around
self-destruct?
you.
Yep. I mean, look at Diddy. Look at all these guys. You surround yourself with somebody that doesn't tell you no, and see what happens, man. You know.
Exactly. If you don't have any friends that are telling you, "Oh, dude, you're a fucking wreck. Oh,
Hmm.
you're a fucking wreck." Don't you got to do something, man? You're really falling the fuck apart. If there's no one in your life telling you you're falling the fuck apart, do you have any friends? It's something to think about, because you know how low you've fallen. You know where
Yeah.
you're at. Think about it. Think about it. Is there anybody telling you, "Hey, you need to turn things around"? Have you pushed it so far? So far, I'm gonna clean this little nug of weed here while I give
Yeah.
this sermon.
Speaking of which,
So
did you guys
far,
show up? Did you guys show
it,
up?
oh, he did last weekend, but that doesn't mean that this isn't the last nug of this bag. I will, and that's another thing. This hurricane's gonna be up here, so it's gonna mess up my whole
Got to
seeing
get
my
in.
dude
See.
schedule.
Yeah, I make
That'll
fun
be
of
a little bit.
prepping. See, that's why prepping's important, man.
That's why prepping is important. That's why prepping is
I'm
important.
hanging
I
out
I
with the
need to.
preppers in southern Idaho, man, stockpiling weed for the fucking Armageddon.
Speaking of weird people in areas of the country, I really enjoyed Carson O'Kimball's
Yeah, yeah,
program last
yeah,
night. That
yeah.
was
Interesting,
that.
wasn't it?
Oh man, that was so good. That was so good. Those guys are. I don't know if they want a link dropped or
No,
anything along
no,
those
no,
lines, but
no,
they
no.
because
Yeah.
they had a good crowd and they were really doing well. They were.
Yeah.
I saw a couple moments where Carson was almost about to break. The other guy came. He had. There were a couple times it was more apparent he came closer to breaking than Carson ever did. But no, that was a really good program. I
Yeah, it was
I
fun.
hung around and watched that. That was and they're number one. They're not gay. I think that came across. They made sure everybody realized. They he would wrestle around. He would
Yeah.
wrestle around, with his brothers. It was a thing, and that was normal horseplay. It's what men do. It's what brothers do. Are they implying it's something incestuous with his brothers? That
Oh,
now
dude.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh,
It's no, when the men go up into the mountains, and I love the hat. He had the hat on.
oh,
He was.
dude,
They were
it was
really.
crazy. Yeah.
They were doing a good job with it. They did a really good job.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun, man. I sent.
I
I don't know if Pinzer saw that. I think Pinzer will enjoy that particular show. But yeah, it was fun.
it was good, Pinzer. It
Uh,
was good. I was watching that. It was just really good. They played that so well. They did such a good job with the with what they were doing.
uh-huh. It's something else, man.
Stayed in character, just right, just for the full time. That was really good.
Oh,
I
great.
would be I would definitely. I gotta figure out when I'm gonna fall asleep. But then I do want to do some comedy. I had so much fun doing that vertical live,
Yeah,
and
well, I don't want you to feel any pressure, but I'm here if you want to. That's what I'm just saying. Because no pressure. Because I realize, it's all over the
I
place.
hadn't talked to you. I know that you've been doing the morning the
Fucking just
schedule.
swamped. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I haven't wanted to be throwing. And the only thing that I really have regularly been hitting is making sure in the mornings that I'm doing this thing, and just to stay regular with that, and get those notifications out there. Because I'm gonna start doing the music stuff. I'd love to do a music vibe, but I had so much fun as Karen, and she was so disgusting. Uh, you started talking about how they put that. I was, does a horsey like sugar cubes,
Oh
and then
God.
you said the acid. You said that
Yeah,
the pot.
yeah.
They were
Laced with the
using
purple micropot.
the purple micro pot, and then it was like, okay, I'm boofing them. I'm gonna see if I can get this horse to eat these sugar cubes out of my ass, and I just kept going with that joke. It just seemed to really feel good. But the nun was the biggest leap I took was when I
Ah,
made the joke about the nun. I knew
see,
that hit you. I knew
I
that
do
was
was
just that
dying.
was
I
just
was dying.
so fucking over the top.
I
It
was
was.
dying, man. Yeah, that's what makes it so fun, man. When those things come out of left field and you can't keep it controlled.
I had
It's
no
like
idea. Well, I did. I none of the horse stuff was planned. You brought a horse up. There was
yeah,
a
I know.
horse. It's like, oh, that the horse. Because everybody else, all I just kept saying was my pussy was getting dry
Yeah,
from all of these. I I play that character hard. I play that character hard. That one and then the hey, you have a great day as well, Mo.
hey,
You
peace and
take
love,
care.
Mo.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. He will be in another 15 minutes, probably over there at I Love Weed Live. They're going to be going live.
Jesus, they love
Anybody
weed
who
24/7, man. They're doing a midday show now too. I think.
he does multiple midday shows. He's been unemployed. He's been unemployed. He had lost. Well, he had left his last job.
Right.
They had him on nights, all this other stuff. He just got another position. uh, and I believe that'll start in another 2 weeks maybe. He has to. I think he has to have a urinalysis, so he's got to get his piss clean. This is a guy, from the morning to night. If he can get his piss clean for a job, I'll be shocked. I think he's got 10 days or something like that to get that done. To go
Who? What kind of is it? This is it. Just the
heavy
fucking drug.
machinery, heavy machinery.
Okay. It's
A
so it's
lot of
probably
heavy
OSHA and
machinery
all this
in a
bullshit.
yard, OSHA
Yeah.
shit. Yes, exactly. Uh, Now he was doing the job before at the same job at another yard, and he was smoking there all day long. He was
Wow.
when it was raining and he had to be inside or something. He would go live just doing dabs, or he'd go on to a panel doing dabs and all that, and it was great. I mean, he's there working and all that, and he's hitting it. So this will be the challenge. That is the challenge. Is he going to be able to clean that? Because it's a good job. It pays better than the last one did. It's basically doing the same, but for a more professional operation than he was working for
Right.
before. The other place is already shut down. Yeah,
Yeah.
almost 3 shows a day.
Yeah, it does. I tell you, man. I mean, I know there's. I've never paid attention to it because there's a lot of bullshit into how you get past drug screens. But I'm sure there's stuff out there. There's stuff you can order that's supposed to clean it up, but 10 days is
Now
not much time. If you're
the
like, I mean,
gunners mates, the gunners mates were all alcoholics. I don't know how it was on your ship, Kurt. as a machinist mate. But I know the gunners mates, all of us running the armory and the frickin' missiles, we were all drunk.
Yeah.
The cooks were all on acid. The cooks were all on acid. All the cooks on at our on our ship, they were all on acid. Very few people were smokers. We had a fully stocked bar in forward launcher underneath the deck plates. We just had tons of alcohol just up there underneath the deck plates. Secure environment. Nobody is allowed in there other than us. So it's launcher control room. That was where you went to have your drink during the day.
There's a thing about weed, and I've got a prediction because here, Colorado is supposed to be at the forefront. They're the pioneers, and I'm telling you, they have got buyer's remorse, man. I mean, it's like I think that they really don't like recreational. I know that they've got it on the ballot for Colorado Springs, and the city council's already like, well, if this gets voted through, it's I don't know if this is coming to everywhere else, but get a medical card if you're in a state that has medical, just get one because I think that's going to be the only way here coming up. I just got this feeling, dude. I just
I
it's
want to
silly.
grow. I want to grow. I
No,
love
booze
growing.
is poison.
Booze is poison.
Yeah.
I was, I was a big drinker. I could drown my sorrows in that liquor. Wine is fine, but whiskey's
yeah.
quicker. Suicide is slow with liquor. Take a bottle, drown your sorrows.
But that shit, dude. That's like, I mean, if you drank like, I'm a daily weed user.
You
I
really
don't-
think so, there, Shimmer? You really think you're gonna be last? You think you're
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
last?
Tennessee.
Well, I,
is,
I don't know. I don't know. Those of us up here in Kentucky, we're not feeling too. I've only got alcohol 8 years. I've only had alcohol 8 years. So if that's any indication, I don't know.
yeah, the med cards, man.
It's a crazy mad world. That's what we should call it. Mad world. I'm feeling good. So no, I'm smoking a third joint of the day. So you thinking about doing some? You had that show last night, and I saw it was almost 300. I mean, it was two something.
It
You
was
had
just
with
well,
views.
I was kind of like I was sitting there going, is Wes going to do something? Because I was just really nobody was doing anything live last night except Axe and Nacho did something at 9, and so after I did that thing for that show, I was like, fuck it, just for a little bit,
I was keeping sick girl company.
yeah,
She was
God, I'm sorry, I
she
didn't know
was
she was sick.
she was down with an illness and so that's not. I'm hoping that she's getting some sleep here. Just it doesn't sound good. I mean, it's a cold. I mean, she's gonna get over it and everything. It's just but no, she was sick and that's why she ended up sleeping about the same time I did last night, and then she just she couldn't keep food down or anything. It was a rough time. And so then she was just trying to sleep in the bed, and she wasn't able to. And that's when, yeah, I fell asleep about 4:10. Probably a couple minutes after that, I crashed out, and
Right.
4:30 she texts and all that. She wasn't able to sleep, and then by 5 she was. It is. They do have an industry. They do regulate in 25 in 2025. If you have a medical card, if you have a prescription, from a doctor, and you have your receipt for the weed that you got from Illinois or Ohio, one of these neighboring states where it is legal, then up to a certain amount you are able to have in your possession. They are making it so you have access to medical from another legal state. If you have all that documentation on you at all times and all that other stuff. I just want to grow a bunch of plants and just smoke the shit out of weed. That's kind of my
Yeah.
thing, and I'm gonna move to Buffalo and make that a reality. That is what needs. Is it 1 ounce? Is that I didn't know I didn't know what the actual limit was, but it wasn't anything exorbitant. I mean that's 4 days. If I have
Yeah.
weed and things are going, I'm doing a quarter a day. That's what I. If life is where I really want it to be, and everything is just good, and I'm not worried about it, and it's just flowing, I do a quarter a day. That's what I smoke. I am nowhere near that now. I am more on the. I am actually more on the doing a quarter a week. That's kind of where I'm at. Really barely even smoking, doing all these pinners and everything. But it's getting me high. Just selective about when I'm high now. I'd like to be high as a kite all day.
Yeah, it would be great, man. It was funny the way they do the medical cards in Colorado is the doctor will actually have to write in like the recommended amount, right? It's just the silliest damn thing. So the guy I went to, I was like, look, so let's make sure that whatever you put down, I don't get blocked from anything. So he put down I could have up to 5 ounces a day. It just sounds like fucking, and you can only buy like, yeah. It's just, it's just like, I mean, he was on my side. He thought it was ridiculous too. Ian, what's up, man? But I have trouble finding strong flower right now. It's been like, I need the botanist to start really getting into the sativa leading hybrids.
Ooh, four is a misdemeanor. That's what that's what I've read here. Four is a misdemeanor. So as long as you keep it under four.
4 ounces?
Yeah, no, plants.
Oh, okay.
That's because I would like to. And fours, now when I was doing it before, oh, those were, and it was it's not like any of it ever left this house. My brother got some. I gave my brother some. But I was putting 25 in a tent. I had two tents running with 25, just getting a half off of each one, but I'm just smoking the shit off weed just
Mm-hmm.
nonstop. So I'm gonna do this sea of green. I'm gonna set them up so that train them with a net of plant safe, that it's not going to cut them up, twine and all that, so that they grow outward, and then you end up with tops everywhere reaching up through this net, and that way you've got all the colas. They all get an even amount of light and everything. It takes a little longer in the training phase of the plant but not as bad as other methods to increase yield. That's what I'm gonna do. Is a screen of green. They call it a scrog. They call it a scrog.
Scrog?
I well, I've got to, just like having to get into. I looked at that method before, and I ended up with the sea green with these 25 1 gallon pots, fabric pots, just 25 of them in a 4x4 by 8 foot tent,
Mm-hmm.
and two tents doing that. So what I was doing was way too many plants, but a sea of green. I'll get the same results. I should be able to have 25 tops, if not more, with this screen method. Having the four plants grow outward and everything to fill in all that void. So
Okay.
we'll see. It's gonna be my. It's gonna be my. It's gonna be my hope. It's gonna be my hope for the future. It's gonna be my hope for everything. Ian's Guitar Shack is out there. Peace and love. Peace and love. Ian. Has everybody clicked on that like? Oh, I'm sure everybody has. Everybody's awesome. I'm sure everybody has. If you haven't seen it, you need to go over to the Art of Floundering podcast. The link for it is right here. Okay, the link is right here for the Art of Floundering podcast. Click on the live tab. I want you to click on the live tab, and I want you to watch just last night's live. Just last night's live to see, because he does these unannounced kind of in the middle of the friggin' night, and these are insane. Uh, and if you have a chance,
thanks,
check
man.
out the one we had
Oh,
Sunday.
definitely. Yeah.
Karen's
That's on your
Sunday
channel.
sermon.
Yeah.
That's over here. Karen's Sunday sermon. We could do one of those dual things over on. All you have to do is
No,
add yours as a destination.
I know, but remember the problem with the content causing other channels to get blocked. I don't want to cause any problems with your
Oh
channel.
no, I was saying use StreamYard so we can both be on the show on your channel.
Oh, okay.
If you wanted to, if,
let's just run it on yours. I like how we do it because it's consistent. Because it's perfect. Because I'm getting enough, but they know where to go when we do it. On
you
yours.
are getting some good numbers. You're getting viewers. There are people that are watching. There's people that are showing up and watching. You're getting some regular. I'm fucking loving that. It's like, damn, he's getting getting
when
an
we
audience.
start doing, but when we use it to promote the other stuff that we're doing and get that, that's why I'm doing it. It's just kind of like, hey, we're here. There's other stuff I'd like you guys to look at besides what we're doing here. But
When you said, and there's another channel I want you to get connected to, Rich knew, and it was like, oh, I gotta type now. I gotta, I'd been sitting there watching the whole time, and it was. He's been having these things in the middle of the night. He's been doing these at like 3 in the morning and stuff.
It's been weird.
Oh, there'll be a new one. There'll be a new one, Pinzer. There'll be a new one. It's not like these are one-offs. It's not like these are one-offs. There's going to be more marijuana cigarettes that are going to have to be sucked on by ballerinas or anybody possible.
That's Caleb McGee. See, I'll type it in the. It'll come up. This is the guy's name.
Caleb McGee.
And
you can type it as mine. It'll come up as mine. That's fine.
Yeah, just do a search, and I'll get the links out there. But there's 2 different live performances: live at the Vibe and something for the city of Norman Parks and Recreation that he did for my house in Oklahoma. But they're both fucking. I think the one for the one for the Norman cities and parks up on the fireplace mantle. There's like a case of Pabst Blue Ribbon and like a bottle of whiskey. And, this is when he was drinking. He's just hitting that as he's doing it. It was just like, wow. I mean, he's going. But it's an amazing performance if you guys get a chance to check it out.
It is great. Caleb is fantastic. He came up the other day. I think I was talking on one of Allie's. We were doing one on her channel. And I may have... with you on top. It was with you on top. Yeah. I started chanting that because I had said that. I like it's better with you on top. We were doing the vertical. And you on top, with you on top. And it was Caleb McGee, and I remembered because he's got such a great voice. Pins is pointing out that you have 258 views. And everybody, if you're a content creator, this was not a long live that he did, and these were new people. It is, if you do a vertical live, if you are doing it in the portrait mode, if you're on your phone, it defaults to that when you're holding it in that mode.
Yeah.
But if you do your live that way, and I suggest using hashtags just like you would on a short, that may also help. But they will put it into the shorts feed, and so they'll put it in front of new people, and you'll potentially reach new audiences, get new subscribers, and other things along those lines. So if you're not already doing it and you're trying to build an audience, get yourself on that shorts feed. Do some of those vertical. We did 37 minutes and we got like 90. I was happy with it. I
Oh,
was
dude,
happy with
yeah,
it. It was like,
yeah.
okay, this
And
was
it was a
nice.
Sunday morning when most people are worshiping and all that kind of stuff. I mean,
It
you
was
know,
so bad.
it
Oh my
was
god, it
it
was
was so
so bad.
sacrilegious. It was so fucking bad.
Oh my god, those were so bad. The horse, I kept going back to the horse. I loved the horse joke. It was so good.
Oh
The
god.
nun the nun thing was probably one of the worst. That was the horse right there.
There
We
he
had a
is.
character Karen. We had a character Karen that was really wanting to talk this horsey. She wanted this horsey. She was gonna put some sugar cubes up her butt and try to get that horse to eat because she's done the thing with the peanut butter and the dog. But now she wanted to try with the sugar cubes up the butt and see if that horse would eat the sugar. What would that feel like? It was
What would that feel like? I just
once
I
once I
wonder.
got to that point, it was way too much, and I couldn't stop. That was the thing. There was no stopping it. It really felt like a winner, and pun in I was gonna ride that horse that entire show from that point on. I knew I was going back to the sugar cubes in the ass. Oh, hang on one moment, everybody. I have to put in that work. I love you. Period. There we go. There we go. I like to add the punctuation in voice to text. Often we'll put it in. Sometimes, though, sometimes voice to text. For some reason, whenever I say the word are in sentences, like, you are so beautiful, it might write, you were so beautiful. And
Right.
if I'm not really looking, I'm putting past tense and,
Yeah.
well, what happened to me now? And it can really fuck with you. Sometimes I wonder if that isn't on purpose. I don't know. Now, the best alien puppet I know is the one that caught
Allie's.
my eye. It's
Yeah, Allie's
Allie's.
got some.
When Allie showed up
Azura.
with Azura, it was during that sketch, and you'll hear me actually say during that sketch, if you watch September 10th. It was September 10th episode from last year. You'll hear me say, as Steve the alien, I understand the word smitten now. It
Yeah.
was just such a, oh my god, over the top, she's amazing kind of thing. So, yeah, that was the moment. For those of you wondering behind the scenes, that was what I fell in love with. It was a great puppet. I hadn't seen it, and the comedy she had going on had me rolling. And it was just, oh, this is so funny. It was honestly the sense of humor that totally made me fall. Totally made me fall. Hey, thank you for
Hey
hanging.
man,
Thank
peace and
you for
love,
hanging.
Ward. Thank you,
Peace and
man.
love. I hope you have a good day. I hope everybody out there has a good day. I hope everybody finds a way to make this a tolerable existence. Make this day something that you have something positive to say at the end of the day, as opposed to there'll be negatives. There'll be some jerk off in traffic. I went for a walk today. I had to.
Hmm.
I went for a walk this morning, and it was I had on light clothing. But it was not only still dark. The sun had not come up. It was around 7. The sun had not come up, but it was also foggy. It was
Oh,
that and
okay.
foggy. And I'm walking in a traffic area, and I walk. So I'm on my way home, and I'm crossing this road, and I get to the median, and the car with the lights goes to pass, and I start to walk, and there is I luckily really took a look at this white car with no lights on, just making its way up right. It was like, ooh, I could have easily just walked right in front of this son of a bitch, and I made some gestures, confusing, not clearly, oh but more like I'm doing this, like flash your lights. I'm doing this kind of thing because there's no lights on this car. It's like you're gonna kill somebody.
Right.
Nobody can see you in traffic. It's not just night; it's fog. Are you drunk? But I lived. I lived to tell the tale. That's how it is these days. That's how it is. Light is evil. I sleep during the days. I sleep. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get better, but I'm not trying very hard. And I've got a girlfriend who's a night owl, and I'm easily a night owl. So if I could, I would just live in the night. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, things are only open during the day, and so I have to take care of things during the day and do other stuff along those lines. But I feel we could probably we've been going for an hour and a half. You
Okay.
want? Should we wrap this thing up?
Sure, man. Sure.
Everybody out there, it is a Thursday. I am going to be back tomorrow morning, and it should be the 10 o'clock time again. I am going to try to stick to this 10 a.m. Coffee with Wes schedule. I don't know. I don't know if Wild Man will be here or not. That's up to whether or
Yeah.
not he's up
We'll see what
early.
happens with
What's
the-
going
yeah.
on? But you know how to get here. You've got the pass. You've got the pass. Love all of you. I hope everybody has a great Thursday. I'm looking forward to the weekend. We may be bringing. He's definitely going to be having something at some point in time over on his channel, but could be late at night. We may do some comedy this evening. It's Thursday night. Hey, Scotty B, peace and love.
and love, man.
Glad you are here. Peace and love, Mark. I hope you have a great day. Kurt, I hope you have a fantastic day. Ward is already taken off, but I hope his day is good. Pinzer, oh, we love you and hope everything is going well for you. Everybody else out
Shimmer.
there, I'm Shimmer and Ian, Shimmer Soul and Ian's Guitar Shack. Anybody else that I forgot, I do weed. I do the drugs. So, forgive me. Thank you for swinging by. Make sure that you have clicked on that like. If you would, hit refresh after I hit this stop. Hit refresh and go down and leave a comment. It helps the algorithm. They'll put these things out more if they get comments on it. Peace and love, everybody. We will catch you all later.
Bye bye.